let's just wing it today. I'm not feeling any planning. I kind of know what I want to do. All right, we'll tap this in. Make sure there's no streaks. There's this phthalo blue. I didn't even run through the colors here. Dark sienna, sap green, midnight black, alizarin crimson, Prussian blue, phthalo blue, titanium white, yellow, Gurkhat yellow, bright red. Those are the colors we're rolling with today. And the canvas is vertical. I don't do these ones too often, but I don't know, I wanted to. I just felt like it. I said there's streaks, and I have streaks all over. Sometimes I have. Actually, I'm going to grab some red here too. Put that here in the middle. Bottom, I'm going to keep using this blue color. Water is always good. Use that. It won't go all the way up this high, but almost. There. Been long, doing good. Enjoy the videos. Got storms. Oh yeah. I saw my brother, he's been having some storms in Kentucky. My parents too, they're in North Carolina. Lots of weird weather these days. Here it's like 60 degrees. It's weird. Hasn't really gone up, but in south of here, like in France, they've got 40 degrees Celsius, which is like 100, upper 90 is pretty hot. And they don't have air conditioning, so it's even worse. But hopefully you're staying safe with all the crazy weather going on. I'm going to do some filbert brush clouds because I like doing those. They're just going to be little ones here. It gets a little lighter so we can pick up more blue, which is fine. Wipe off the brush here. Easy. I don't want to go squeeze this too hard because all the bristles get pulled out. Also have some runaway cat yellow thing in my head. Very tight quarters here. There we go. All right. I think tomorrow I might do a full, like a public, what's it called? Actual stream. Not an actual stream, like I don't even know how to say it. Just a regular 4th of July stream, you know, like I used to do. But I'll have to see because I got my girlfriend wants to go out to dinner later, so it's a short time window. Been doing mixed mediums, acrylic, then painting on top. Did a little swan in a fishing boat. That's cool. I always wanted to get into painting the live, like animals, living stuff, boats and things. I never did. Maybe I'll get into that next. There. Just filling in some corners here. brush. This is the blue brush that I was using. I want to fill on this top side over there too. Just a little bit. Some of these I won't even bother. They're just nice distant clouds. I don't have to fuzz them up too much. Might actually be good enough. Let's see. We'll make some mountains here. I don't really have the mountain mix, but we can kind of get away with it if we take dark sienna, crimson, a little Prussian blue, maybe a little black. Something dark. Just get it nice mixed up. And we'll cut in 3 peaks. Let's just start with one big one here. One. Do another one that juts out like this. Something like that. Just pull it around. One more over here. Sweet trees, probably. Some little trees. Do the little jiggle and pull that I always do. Pull this in. Pull this down again so it connects. Up here. Just fold out the bottom a bit. There we go. A little unorganized here. Okay. Let's take a little bit of red. Mix it with some white. Just a little bit. Get the little roll. And I might actually do this a little differently. I'm going to highlight from this side. I normally don't do that, but I'm just going to throw it in here. I always do it from the other side, and sometimes it's good to practice doing it both ways. Set a little bit up on this peak. Just a little bit in there. Take some of this blue, some of this blue, that white, a little bit more of that white. Something like that. This is too much. Too much. There you go. A little bit less. Are the Bob oil paints any good? So the new ones, they're actually really good. Like if you would have gotten these 4 or 5 years ago, they were so bad. They were the worst quality paints you could ever get. Because they just like were oily and nasty. But these ones are actually pretty decent. I would recommend using these ones. But before, I would not. But these are good. Alright, let's get these shadows in here. Okay. The new ones are made by Golden. Golden actually makes really good paints anyway, so even if you're not using the Bob Ross brand, they're pretty good. I'm gonna wipe this off real quick before I do this next part. This is the old mist. It's kind of funny. They comment on the videos and they're like, all that brush banging is annoying. Like, okay. Sorry. Sorry I offended you with my brush strokes. That's probably good. I'm just thinking if I want to do anything different. Well, that should be fine. Okay. So let's take some sap green and blue, Prussian blue. Very dark green color. If I had phthalo green out, I'd probably use that. I don't have that available. Very distant. Might be hills back here. I want to hold the canvas side to this so I don't knock it over. That's one bad thing about this easel is that it's not very sturdy when you're really. Up just a little bit. Should look like very far away trees. I mean, you've seen this technique 10 million times, so you already know. Just here and there, I'm gonna pull up. Straighten out some of this edge. Let's see. Just depends on what we want to do here. We can do a lot of things. I think right here in the middle, I'm actually going to make this really dark. Not really dark, but darker. Just pick up some blue, some green. just to give it some depth, because I want to add one more layer in here. Let's use this color that we used for the mountain and then some more green. I'll add one more layer in here. Same over here. Pulling that down. I probably should add some fan brush trees. So this will be a lot of black and that greenish, dark green color. Just depends. Let's actually cut it in a really crazy shoreline, because I don't know how to do this. Alright, here's that one, there's this one. Just cutting in shapes here. I don't have a specific plan of what I want to do. This is just midnight black and sap green, basically. Use a 2-inch brush for this because it's so big. You know, I can make this one even bigger. Let's make this one go all the way to the top, honestly. Gotta have one big tree and everything. And down below, maybe we'll just add in some smaller ones. These are the Z trees that I talk about every day, or every video. Wish it was every day. More of this green and black, green and midnight black. Down here towards the side, I might just push in some bush shapes. Brush handy, I do that. I'm gonna fuzz out this edge that I made earlier. Let's make it look more like grass. Right now it doesn't really look like grass, it looks like a beach. I did want to scrub in bluish line. Kind of the same mountain highlight color, but it goes back here. Just light blue. Back there. And we're going to highlight some of these. the 1 inch, but I need to throw in some dark color here first. So this is all sap green and midnight black, and then some of that mountain color. So we throw this in first. Just so we have it in before I start doing anything crazy. Probably thinking I'm already doing something crazy. But there. Normally I would do that first, but I'm not really thinking about this painting too much. We're just rolling with it. I'll use some, actually, my other fan brush, a little bit of liquid white. This is cad yellow, just thin it down a bit so it sticks a little better. And to this, I'm going to add a little bit of sap green. Sap green is very strong. And on this, it's going to get blown away, so you're not going to be able to see it. But let's start highlighting the edges up here. Take your time when you're doing this. You don't have to rush. Trees don't need rushed. As we get further down, I'll try and get more of that color to show up here. The darker color. We don't want as much bright down here. And I'll mix that in with the yellow, so we start with the dark green color. Just keep adding more of that. And down at the bottom, we'll press in some of these little trees. I'll add some yellow ochre to that as well. These are more bushy things than anything else. And with this, I'm just trying to aim to the left, basically. Pushing up and to the left, really. But it shouldn't be super bright. So I'm actually going to try and fire into the bottom. Gotta be careful when we're doing it this way, because you don't want too much of it to smear around. Fix up this edge that I messed up a little bit here. Add a tiny little highlight there. I'll probably add in a path here at some point, but I'm just going to lay it in where I want first, so I know kind of where it is. is. There. All right, I'm going to do the back side first, then the front. So, knee. That's so and stowing it. Let's see. I'm going to go back to the yellow. This is on the 2-inch brush now. Again, I could use the 1-inch brush here as well. But this is obviously just make it look like there's some bushes along this path here before we actually set in the path. Something like that. Along the sides, I'm going to highlight just a smidge before we actually set in the path. For that, I'm just going to use this leftover colors here. This would be the dark part of the path. Could be rocks too, really, whatever you want. Nothing doesn't have to be too crazy. And these paths you can always straighten up pretty easy. They don't have to be perfect when you start going over them. Just gotta make sure your knife's clean when you're doing it. Otherwise you end up in a weird situation. Alright, I made a highlight color. Some white and some dark sienna here. I'm trying to pull up and to the left towards the edge of this. Something like that. That'll work. I'll grab this again. This old 2-inch brush. I'll tap around the edges of this. Just kind of firm it up so it doesn't look so jagged. You know, it looks kind of like there's rocks in there. Then on the bottom, take the yellow. This is cad yellow, yellow ochre. You just push right into that edge. See, we got like a little path in there. It's a little pushed back. It's not as crazy looking. I think it's probably pretty good. Nothing too crazy on this one. Just some mountains. Excuse me. Okay. Gotta sign it. As always. I just use liquid white and red. I don't use paint thinner anymore. I got soaps that I use instead. To clean the brushes at least. They aren't as fast, but they're way easier to dispose of. Soap and water, you just use a sink. Okay.